the man who makes everything go, and they believe they're going to score every time they touch it when he's on the field, Jesse.
He plays with unbelievable confidence, Reese. Always knows where to go with the football. The entire playbook is at this guy's disposal.
Yeah, which is so much fun for a coach, so much fun to play with him, a guy that can do everything. Everybody on the field is active in a weapon.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that run play.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Catch in the middle. It's Francis. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. He's going to pass. Finds his tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
And the pass hits, picked off. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40, the 20. Touchdown Doors. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
Yeah, and finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off of it.
Lining up to add another. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
That makes the score Vanderbilt 7.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Second down coming up. He's looking to throw, trying to get to him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. So Vanderbilt's offense has the ball for the first time. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay, it's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on it early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
Leaves it with the running back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. The give to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, it's Darnold. He looks that one in nicely. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. It's complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. The Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking the play. From the red zone, looking for a space. And he's got it! Touchdown, Vandy!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Fires on the move. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Finds his big tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
On the move at the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Mississippi State going up tempo. Holds and fires complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
And a quick shuffle pass underneath.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long. First down marker just short of the goal line. Lets it fly. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense.
And it's picked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They'll go to the ground. Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
Well, the linebacker showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Maybe just a shade out of their field goal range, so they'll leave the offense out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
He had nowhere to go with the football. Fourth down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's fourth down.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. They got to him in a heartbeat. Man, was he back there quickly.
And you can see the linebackers up near the line of scrimmage. Which one's coming? He comes flying through with great speed. The offense had no clue how to get him blocked, and he gets the big sack.
And he'll be brought down. And the Commodores will hustle to the line. Dropping back, it's Darnold. He's right on target. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They'll throw it on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's coming. Oh, it's out. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
His wide receivers are so fast nowadays. They're such big playmakers. I just want to get it to them and let them make it happen. But a lot of times, we're running to them, too. We're focused on chasing it down and funneling the football in the right direction. Defense swarm did a good job getting their hand on the football, causing the fumble from the wide receiver.
Still on his feet at the 45. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Handoff from the shotgun. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turn.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
How about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Going up top on first down. Grabs it in the middle. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
They pick up the first down on the drag route, and good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping, put it out in front of me.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Looking downfield, it's Darnold. Got his man quickly. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
And offensively, I love running these track routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. He wants to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. After the misconnection, it's second down. Quarterback checking off. He's looking for a man on second down. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit.
Number 18 in punt formation to kick it away.
Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
Return team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Getting some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
The give to the tailback. A pickup of 8 now to convert this third and 2.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And the Commodores get it past the sticks.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
This offense tries to get rolling from its own 15 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Starkville. 2 quarters of both sides feeling each other out. And it's likely to come down to which offense can find a way to generate some big plays. Adjustments will be a part of it. Maybe it's time these typically conservative play callers open up the playbook. Nothing crazy, but a calculated risk here and there to try to gain an edge in what's been a stalemate. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Davis-Wade Stadium.
Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Back to throw, it's Darnold. He's got his man. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Comes out throwing on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
The defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cummings. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding it.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. Makes the grab. It's Cummings. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
To the air. It's Darnold. Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Commodores.
Touchdown.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They'll throw it on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down. Mississippi State right back to the line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. He'll keep it himself. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Now on second down. Easy. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They're going to go right back to him on first down.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Darnold. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes his connection. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field, and we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting the hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Grabbed over the middle. It's coming.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
They keep attacking through the air. It's complete. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle, and the guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up fourth down.
They'll run for it on fourth down. The Commodores are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
Yeah, at this point of the drive, fourth down and inches in your opponent's territory, you're trying to get into field goal range. You're just going to run the football. You're going to try to be more physical at the line of scrimmage. They were right there.
Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. Working the middle. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Yeah, in this offense, that's what they do. Last week, he had 2 rushing touchdowns. They're going to feature him. They're going to get physical, especially inside the 5-yard line. You're going to feed this guy the football. This offense has had success in the past giving him the ball.
On second and goal, they believe he's got a nose for the goal line. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target, and then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got an open man. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. And the Bulldogs get enough for the first down.
First down, Bulldogs.
Got it. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. They're trying to get to him. He's going to take off. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Pressure coming. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Well, that's just an amazing individual effort, trying to get back as much yardage as possible to set up a 3rd and manageable situation, right? Nice job in the open field, understanding the situation. You obviously cannot take a sack at this juncture on the drive, so do what you can do to put your offense in a good position here on 3rd down.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks, it's 1st down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
They'll leave it with him. Finds a little bit of room, give him a couple down to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Caught near the sticks, it's Clemens. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Scanning the field, it's Darnold. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Gets it out fast. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Line getting set on 2nd down. They want to just keep throwing it. And it's caught inside the 30. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away.
14.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Bulldogs want to move quickly.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays, but this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. It's caught. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Pocket starts to collapse. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Feeling some heat. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down.
Okay, ready?
No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, trying to find his man. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
I think after failing on the fourth down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
Coming after him. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Offense gets set for second down. Dropping back, it's Darnold. Quickly complete.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He finds his man. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss when he had to make two in order to pick up that first down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
And the Commodores will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Trying to find his man on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Clemens. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Mississippi State.
One more play to pad the stats. These corners backing off a bit. Wants to throw on first down. They're bringing heat. He's taking a deep shot. Fires into a world of traffic, and it's picked off. And with that turnover, that'll finish the game. A strong, methodical, workman-like effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.